I've seen today a group of teenagers smoking cigarettes. They were 16 going on 17. I asked one of them, "Why are you smoking? You're not even 17. He said, "Oh, I can't quit. It's too hard." I said, "What do you mean it's too hard? When did you start?" "Oh, when I was 15. So it hasn't even been a couple of years, but you can't stop. You don't want to stop. You're already an addict, already a slave to your sin. So you have your whole life ahead of you. You don't even know what you want to do, but you're already capping yourself at the knee, shooting yourself in the foot. Because much like many other people, you're probably going to die young from lung cancer. All of these things that you don't even know that are a possibility in your life, you already are robbing yourselves off of it because of a bad choice that you made in your youth. Because you're 15 and already killing yourself with nicotine, tobacco, all these cancer chemicals in your cigarettes. See, it's not that you don't know, it's that you don't care. Of course, the rest of them were just as useless. And it was so sad for me to see just how useless these teenagers were. How useless the next generation really is. And there was nothing I could do about it. Who am I? I'm not his father. I don't even know him. I told him, "I don't even know you, but it's for your life." I said, "Don't you have any friends that actually tell you the truth, that care enough about you, that are willing to lose the relationship for the purpose of actually telling you what you need to hear?" And what I would have told him now, after reflecting, not that it would have made any difference, because again, who am I? But just to inspire maybe some of you who are maybe going through the same difficulties in your life. I told him he's robbing himself of his life, and I told him that, maybe in his 30s he's gonna have children and he's gonna want to run with them and jump with them, but he's gonna be always short for breath. You know how smokers are, always coughing, always just need to sit down. Or in his 60s when he wants to play with his grandchildren and he's going to have to carry an oxygen tank with him if he's still even alive by then. But there's so much more reciprocal effect, because truth of the matter is we're all put on this earth for a purpose. We are given a certain amount of days to fulfill that God-given duty that we have. That's like a messenger, an employee, given a certain amount of money for a certain purchase for the company, but yet he sees, "Oh wow, you gave me $1 million. Well, surely I can spend 100 here, 100 there, 1,000 here." And by the time you get to the purchase point, you realize they are demanding $1 million, but you've already spent a portion of it, so you can't buy what you were supposed to buy. So many of you cut your life short and you're not even able to fulfill the God-given role that you are put on this earth for. And this is what I would have said to him had I thought about it sooner. I said, you're not only destroying yourself, but what about all of the orphans that you are going to put in a home, in the orphanage that you are going to build, in all of those mission trips that you were going to sponsor, all of the wells you were going to dig, all in your 60s after you did an exit on your successful company that is never going to happen because you're going to die at 49 from lung cancer. See, it's the things that you can never even imagine, because you're already destroying your future, your potential future. Whether it would have happened or not, I don't know, but the point being is, there's a chance if you're still alive and healthy. But what chance is there if you're killing yourself and you're only 17? You're not going to amount to much. Now, you don't know the day or the hour. Maybe you would die at 19 from a car accident. I don't know. But the point being is, why increase the risk of death? Why do you not value your life? That's something that nobody can give you. You are the one that has to value your own life. If you don't do it, it doesn't matter what I say. You don't value yourself. Who am I? You don't care? Then go ahead and kill yourself. But why don't you value your life? Very sad indeed. Why do people suffer? Because of people like that. Like I said, if he lived longer, if he was healthy, if he was in his right mind, who knows how many people would have benefited from his life on earth. But since he decided to kill himself young, before he even came to the epiphanies and the growth and the maturity and the philanthropy, he already took himself out. You don't know what people will become. Just because we're evil now doesn't mean we're not gonna convert tomorrow. And just because we're good now doesn't mean we're not gonna become evil. We have no idea what the future holds. But the point being for all of us, and this is true for everyone, do the best you can. Take care of your life. Take care of whatever you can take care of. Obviously, some things we can, some things we cannot. It's outside of our control, so don't worry about it. But as much as it is within your control, live life. Love your neighbor as yourself, meaning you love yourself too. Care for your body, care for your health, your physical, and above all, your spiritual, mental health. Feed yourself good nutrition. Don't fill yourself up with the junk of pop culture, all of that mess on the internet. Fill yourself with knowledge and the Spirit of God, the Word of the Creator, what is good and right and holy, wisdom. That is how you live long. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it. That's what it says about wisdom. Proverbs 3. I'm sure those teenagers have no knowledge of Proverbs. Proverbs tell you do not even go down that path. Because, like he said, it's so hard I can't quit. And you've only been smoking for 2 years, so what's the alternative? You're gonna smoke the rest of your life now? Because it's only gonna get harder. As hard as it is now, what do you think is gonna happen after 20 years? 30 years? 40 years if you're still alive? You're not gonna quit. So quit yesterday. And if not yesterday, the least you can do is quit today. Remember, God is just and right. If you decide to take yourself out before your allotted time and you do not fulfill the purpose for which you were made, what are you gonna call yourself? What is your boss gonna call you? Wicked and lazy servant. You're wicked and lazy. You were put here to do a job, and instead all you do is go and get drunk and smoke cigarettes. Killing yourself, taking yourself out of the game. You're gonna be judged for it. All the damage you've done to yourself, not to mention damage you've done to other people. God is just and right. So give up your addictions today, when you still can, when you still are alive, and go and fulfill your God-given purpose. And if you don't know what it is, for that's the journey you have to get on. Pray, fast, seek, and the Lord will deliver your steps.